Hey, can you hear me? Hello, everybody. This is April. What's up, my TCG fam? All right, let me think that I need to turn this down. All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right, so I just wanted to come on here and talk about, you know, the story. Let me turn this one down. I got too many things on, guys. All right, so everybody come on in, come on in. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming in. As you're coming in, please like the video. And if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to subscribe because my opinion is always different. That's just how it is, and that's just the way it goes. So come on in. Let's get some people in here. If anybody wants to give their opinion and you want to come up, that's fine. You can do so. Okay, so this is in regards to this week with Young Thug. Okay. So thankfully, yes. Yay for Young Thug. I am happy that you're out of this situation. Not fully, you got the probation, but I am happy that you are home. I'm happy that you're out. So let's celebrate that. Let's celebrate that. Let's celebrate it. But there's some other things that we need to talk about. Some other things that we need to talk about because everyone is celebrating and nobody's talking about the real reason that Young Thug has been let out after, and I'm gonna let some more people in. I'm gonna let some more people in because this is this is just gonna be a true statement, my true honest opinion. This is alleged, okay, but this is my honest opinion. And I truly feel like this is how it is. And let me just say this once we talk about this on this channel, there are going to be some bigger channels because they always copy my ideas and what's in my mind because they're not creative enough to come up with their own opinions. But let me just say this they're going to come back with some videos. They're going to have videos, they're going to have, bigger people and so come on in. Let me tell you what I found out. Okay? Come on in. This is very, very good stuff. This is the truth. This is alleged. Let me say that. Okay. Yep. Corrupt Georgia. That's what it is. So that's what we're talking about, but we're going to get into it. Okay, so Young Thug has been incorporated since, and like I said, I don't even want to give my opinion because it's people that's been just running with my content and they've been going on their channels, and because their channels are bigger, they have the master, they reach the master audience. So but I'm just going to say this because maybe they need to talk about this, maybe some, because I haven't heard anyone even come close to what's really going on. Okay, it's great that Young Thug is home, but why is he okay? Young Thug has been incarcerated since May of 2022. He's been incarcerated since May of 2022, right? That is a long time. If you watched even a little bit of this trial, you saw how stubborn and dishonest and rude and oh, the DA, the state was. You saw Miss Love's actions. Miss Love was creating things as she went. Okay. The state was creating things as they went. The detective, remember the detective? He lost the evidence. They lost evidence. I mean, this has been so corrupt. So many corrupt things have come out. during this trial. So all this that they came up with, they created things, they left things out, brought in what they wanted, brought witnesses in, forced witnesses to testify. Um, they done all this trying to get this man put away. Okay. All this that Fanny has done to get this man put away. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, they they let him out because he pleaded guilty. Okay, so most people, this is what they're thinking. Most people are saying, well, they just had to get him to say he's guilty. Now, do you think, who thinks that if Young Thug was guilty of the things that he pled guilty to, do you really think that he would be at home right now? Let's wait. I want you to think, let that simmer. Would he be at home right now if he was guilty of the things that he pled guilty to? Right now, would he be home? Think about it. So I turned my camera off. I want you to think about that. I want y'all to think about what I just said. I'm going to say it again. If Young Thug was guilty to the things that he pled guilty to, do you think that the state of Georgia, I don't care what judge is in there, do you think that he would be at home right now? Okay. Now, this is my opinion, and I'm going to say it. And I know that a lot of people are going to run with this and take it back to their big channels and run with this because they got to, hey, they got a lot to talk about. Well, guess what? I don't think that he would be at home right now if he was guilty of the things that he pled guilty to. He would not be home. So why did they let him go? Why did they say time served and Miss Love did her little trickery thing and tried to get him put away for sure, or so it seems. But all of a sudden, after all this time, they have let Young Thug out. They let him go home. What are we close to? And everybody's talking about this. Everybody's saying, "Oh, well, I would have taken this deal." All this stuff, but everybody is just forgetting about um some serious stuff like the real deal, just the raw real truth. The raw real deal is that what I think is that there is no way they would have let him out right now if he was guilty of these things that he pled guilty to. And I think we're right around the corner from the election. You get it now? Yeah. This is all Fanny. This is all Fanny, just like Fanny when she came into office. What did she do? She put Young Thug away. Now her election is coming. She wants to people, she's trying to get everybody to vote for her, okay? She's trying to get everybody to vote for her. So she goes in and she sends him home. Now, if this is not so obvious, this is to me obvious, obvious, obvious. And it really irks my nerve that all these smart people are online talking about this and they're trying to figure it out and, oh, well, how and all this stuff. This Fanny. It's just Fanny. That's it. It is Fanny with her Fanny. That's who it is. Okay? Courtney Kramer, the person that is running against Fannie Willis. Courtney Kramer said in, I think it was the Atlanta Journal, in an article, and she's been saying this everywhere, not just one article. Courtney Kramer said that the first thing that she wanted to do, or one of the first things that she wanted to do when she gets into office as the DA, is to end this Young Thug trial. That's what she said. That's what she said she was going to do. And that is why so many people have followed Courtney Kramer. That is why so many people were going to vote for Courtney Kramer, okay? Because they want Fanny out. So Fanny comes up with this uh a week before, what is it? It's the first. So we're just days away from the election. Days away from the election. And Young Thug gets to go home. Well, my. No. We're not stupid down here from the in the trenches. We're not that stupid. No, 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 no. Fanny, you did that. Yeah. She's a hustler. Fanny is a hustler. Fanny is a hustler. Fanny is a hustler, or somebody on her team is a hustler. They're like, look, she got into office. She did what she was supposed to do as an elected DA, go and grab somebody big and take them down. Okay. She did that. Now, and that's by any means necessary. Now, she tried to go after Trump. She tried it. But what did Trump do? Trump and his people, they looked into Fanny. Fanny's house wasn't clean. So she's trying to clean house on somebody else's house, and her house wasn't clean with her and Nathan Wade. So Trump, that came out. So you know what I'm saying? So Fanny is behind this. I don't know if this is what I think. I think that Fanny told Miss Love, I want this election. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. And put him, get rid of this. Or she told Whitaker. I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works. I don't, I'm not behind the scenes with politics, but this is all politics. And Young Thug, you you have been used for political gain. That's the truth. You have been used for political gain. Woody, you have been used for political gain. Um, all these folks that's involved with this trial right now, you all, the defense, the witnesses, y'all have been used for political gain. That's my opinion. Okay. This is all alleged, and that's my opinion. And this sounds darn real to me. So let me just say this. Courtney Kramer says she was going to end the Young Thug trial when she gets into office if she wins, right? So days before the darn election, Fanny, the DA's office, they released Young Thug and let him go home after all this time. Now, I don't know who else is not seeing this as being this is so obvious that I can't even believe they did it like this. They could have I was This is so obvious. This is so obvious. And think about this too. I think that Brian Steele and Mr. Adams, I think that this was something that was done without them knowing about the situation. Brian, he's smart because he was looking very irritated. Brian wanted to take Miss Love down. Brian wanted to win this case, and he knew he was on the road to winning this case. So that's what he wanted. He wanted the jury to say, "I find Jeffrey Williams not guilty." That's what Brian wanted, and he knew he was on the road to that. Okay, but then here comes Fanny and her election, and she's trying to gain the people that voted for her before, all the people. She's trying to get everybody to vote for her. So she's like, wait, Courtney Kramer is going to get a slew of people to vote for her just because she's going to let Young Thug go. So now Courtney Kramer, now that Fanny has already done that, Courtney Kramer, what she doesn't have much to stand on with a lot of people from what I heard. Now, and that's just because of experience. But that was a strong thing with her letting Young Thug go, ending this Young Thug trial. So anyway, what I was saying was about Brian Steele. So I think Brian Steele, this was some kind of way. I think that Young Thug, because Young Thug went against his attorney, his attorney's opinion. He went against his legal professional's opinion. He's paid all this money to these people, and all of a sudden he goes against what the attorneys think. He goes against what even his father said. He goes against, and he's just like, I'm guilty. And he's going to risk, all that time that he could have been given. And he pleads guilty all of a sudden. So I think somehow Fanny has made a way to get information to Young Thug on go ahead and plead guilty. We're gonna let you go home. I know that sounds far fetched, but that's how I think. That's how I think it happened. And I think that Mr. Steele was probably like, "You gonna accept that plea deal? You gonna plead guilty?" And Young Thug was like, "Look, I want to go home. I don't care if Fannie want the election. Hey, I just want to go home." That's what he was. He just wanted to go home. So Young Thug is done with Atlanta. He's done with his hometown. He's done with it. So he doesn't care about no Fannie being in office. He's done with it. He didn't care about that. He wanted to go home just like anybody. But oh, this dirty, dirty South. This is the dirty, dirty South for sure. Mm-mm-mm. And then they even said it. They said, I think Brian Steele, when he was speaking last night or yesterday in the court, he was like, when he was saying, he was not really for what Young Thug was doing as far as pleading guilty. Like he actually said, he said he don't want to wait another 3 weeks to be with his children. I mean, not 3 weeks, but 3 months. So they anticipated the trial to last another 3 months. Now, if you've been in prison for since May of 2022, okay, 3 months, 3 more months is not a big deal. It's really not. You've been in prison for all this time, especially if it means that you're not going to be found guilty. He's not on probation. Young Thug was not on probation. Okay, he just pled guilty to all these things when his attorney was beating. He was beating. Mr. Steele was winning. They were winning. So they were winning. The state did not have any concrete evidence. Like, keep in mind, the jury. Oh, my camera stopped. The jury, when you're when you're pledging your answer, guilty or not guilty, it has to be beyond the benefit of doubt. Or there can't be any ounce of they did not do it or they did do it. So whatever you decide, if it's guilty, it has to be beyond anything. So everything has to say guilty or everything has to say not guilty. Or excuse me, if you say guilty, everything has to say guilty. If it's any ounce of something saying not guilty, he has to be not guilty. So they were winning this trial. So 3 more months, I don't think would have made a difference for anyone if they've been in prison for all this time, except a person that, when you're young, think about this. When you're young and you want something, okay? When you're young and want something, you are not as you're not as organized with how you're going to get it. You just want to go get it. Some of us anyway, not all of us. Some of us when we're young, we want something, we go get it. Okay? We don't think about the repercussions in the future. Can I afford this? Um, we're like, hey, I'll eat beans for the next month. I'm going to go get that. What I'm saying? That's how we were when we were younger. But as you get older and more mature, you plan things out. Things have to work, right? You plan things out and you're more patient. You know what I'm saying? Young Thug is ready to get out. He's ready to go home. So when in his mind, I don't know how this was presented to him from Fanny, but he did not care about what Fanny was doing it for. He just know there's a chance for me to go home right now, and that's all he was thinking about. So I don't blame Young Thug at all for taking the plea, but I just want it to be out that Fanny, we know what's going on. We're not stupid. We're not stupid here in the state of Georgia. We're not stupid. We know what's going on. We know why um Young Thug is home. You want that election. Drop the mic. She wants that election. That's what it is. Fanny is dirty. Fanny is dirty. She is dirty, dirty. And I want to play this. And and I know it's a lot of people. I know a lot of people here in Atlanta. It's a lot of people thinking the same way. But let's listen to his father from last night. That's who I want to play. Okay. I want to play this. Give me just a moment. Give me a moment. Let me find it. It was okay. Let's see. Now, what we have to do is we kind of have to alter this a little bit. So, forgive me for the interruptions. I just have to do that for copyright reasons. We're trying to grow our channel. So, let's just get it going. All right, let me share my screen. Yeah, so I'm not the only person that is thinking this way. So, all of you folks that's on your panels, that's, trying to figure that out, figure this out, and all that stuff. Guess what? Everybody, no one is talking about this. And y'all need to be thinking about this. If y'all have missed this, if y'all are not knowing this, then you're not as smart as I thought. But let's check this out. Let's go here. And we're going to listen to his father. See, everybody was so excited that Young Thug was going home that people have overlooked this picture. People have really overlooked what's really going on. Oh my goodness, I shared the wrong thing. Sorry. All right, let me go back in here and do this. Redo it. Here it is. Okay. Okay.
Father, Jeffrey Williams Sr., would like to say a few words.
And look at the hat. See? Courtney Kramer hat on. He knows the truth.
Yeah, y'all can ask me a question.
And I want to know Wait, let me stop it for just a moment. I want to know during his speech or during what he's speaking, he's going to say at towards the end about he was extorted. Pay attention to this. This is crazy. If people don't see that Fanny is crooked, something's wrong. Something's really wrong with us as people. And it could be more than it could be more people involved in this than just Fanny and the people that work for her. It could be bigger than what we're thinking. So like us people that are seeing what's really going on, we're sitting here like, what? People don't realize that this lady's crooked. Everybody could be crooked. I mean, anyway, listen to his father.
To get ready to set up. Yeah. So if you just, what were your thoughts when you heard that your son was going to take a plea?
Well, I was kind of startled behind it because I was in agreement with Brian and Keith. Let's keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? Let's
See? Everybody was like, wait, we're almost there. We're almost there. Why would he all of a sudden plead guilty? We're almost there. He's winning. It's just about 3 more months, is what they anticipated.
make them continue to embarrass themselves. But at the same token, my son I've never tried to interfere with his decisions. I just try to give him the knowledge of making the best decision that he sees fit for him, and I support it.
And so, what was it like?
I feel great that he's going home. I feel great that he's going home, but at the same token, I still wanted to fight. But that's
Yep.
his decision. That's
And
his
you know
decision.
what? Honestly, it's one thing to have to fight really, really hard. This was so easy to me. This case was not the case was not made by the state. This was easy. This was an easy fight for the defense. So I'm telling y'all, pay attention to what's going on here. This is Fanny.
On the other hand, I raised him to be the man that he is. I've always been in his life from a pup to now, and I'm gonna continue to be in his life. And as an adult, he has to make his own decision.
And
You
do
know,
you live here in Metro Atlanta?
yes, I do.
So how does it feel to hear that he's not allowed to be in Metro
I'm
Atlanta?
totally against that because this is where he's from. You know, and to have a
Yeah, that's something crazy too. This man can't be in Metro Atlanta unless it's like an emergency, family emergency, or I think if he's like has to perform or something. But this man can't be in Metro Atlanta where he's from, which he probably doesn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be.
to have a district attorney take that away from him that isn't a resident from here. She's from another state, and to see her take a man away from where he's from to have to go live somewhere else, that's offensive to me. I'm really offended by it.
Can you talk
You know what
about?
I'm saying?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were
So,
done. I was just saying, can you talk about your bond through music? And part of his conditions is that he can still make music, still do some performances. I know you said you were hoping to get back to that with him.
yeah, we're gonna get back to work. You know what I'm saying? We're YSL loaded. I'm YSL loaded. And in order for us to get back to our normal life, we're gonna have to put in some more work. We're gonna have to put in a lot of work, but the work that we need to do foremost for the city of Atlanta, Fulton County, we need to get rid of the poison that's in our system,
Hello,
and that's the district
for
attorney
real.
office. So vote Courtney
Yeah.
Kramer.
See? And let me tell you, if they don't get rid of the poison, if Georgia doesn't get rid of the poison, it's going to be so many people in that. There's going to be so many young thugs. There are so many young thugs in the prison in Georgia, in the prison system. There are so many in the legal system. There are so many young thugs. Okay, this could be your brother, this could be your cousin, this could be your father, this could be anybody. So that is why it's so important that we pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to what these group of folks are doing and how they roll and how they, how they move. Pay attention to how people move. So you know what I'm saying? And when the power, we have the power when it comes to the election. That's when we have some sort of power to do something about this. So we've seen the trial, we've watched the trial for all this time. um, what we gonna do? How we gonna how we instead of complaining about it and saying, "Well, Miss Love, oh, how could she? How could she? How could she?" Take our hands, go and vote these people out of office. Get her out. Get Fanny out of there.
Courtney Kramer, I support Courtney Kramer to the fullest. I feel like she's the best person for the job, and it's not because of what she said about us. It's because she said that, and she was in my company and never knew who I was.
Absolutely true.
What
You
are,
know what I'm
what
saying?
are your thoughts on his art being used against him?
Not just the art, freedom of speech. Let's talk about his rights. We freedom of speech, man. How can you take a person's freedom of speech and say, now we're gonna tell you how you need to talk, or how you
I know
supposed
that's
to
like
talk?
slavery.
You know,
If that's not modern day slavery, what is that? How are you gonna tell an artist they have to paint? If you're a painter, how are you gonna tell someone that has a creative art craft how to do their craft? No. If you don't like someone's craft and the way they do their craft, you don't buy it. You don't listen to it. You don't watch it. But you don't tell someone how to do their art, how to perform their art. As far as reaching the masses and how he is influencing younger people, that starts at home, at their homes. Okay? That is honestly, that starts at some people's homes, these children's homes. Their parents have the responsibility of teaching these kids that they should not do everything they hear or everything they see on TV. But how in the world is a legal system allowed to tell somebody how they do their craft? What the world? That's against someone's like he said, constitutional right,
who would feel comfortable
civil right.
with any of us out here right now feel comfortable with someone telling us you confirmed from saying this? You can't say that. What do the Constitution play a role in? You know, these young men, all of these young men, and some of us too, all of our rights are being violated right now because we're being dictated to on how we supposed to live, how we supposed to look, what we supposed to say. We have a constitution. When are we gonna start acknowledging our constitution? We did away with supposedly, we did away with communism. I can't tell. I can't tell. You know, we took down a statue. We tore up a flag. What about the laws? Let's change the laws too. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna do away with it, let's do away with all of it. Change the law. We're in a new day and time. We should make the laws for the new day and time.
Do you think his lyrics will change now?
I hope not. I wouldn't. But he's behind the eight ball right now. So we're gonna have to justify something. We're gonna have to make some justification on how we got to narrate it now. And that's sad. That's sad that a man should have to do that, and that's his way of life. That's how he feeds himself. That's how he feeds his family. That's his job.
And how
Are
are
you gonna
y'all?
be in the right street right now?
Huh?
Yes.
Be in the right street?
Definitely. Definitely.
So we thank you guys. We do gotta head the right street.
One more quick
Go
question. Any words that you want to wish to anybody else remaining on the case? Anything you want to say to them?
Yeah. I
Keep
definitely
fighting.
want to say something to the people that's left on this case, along with the people who are waiting to be charged. Keep your heads up. Keep fighting. Sooner or later, somebody gonna have to make a decision. We need to start making the people accountable that makes the decisions
That's
for us.
right.
So we need to put the
I'm
right
just
people
trying
in
to get to the
office.
part where he said about
We need
what
to
he said
start
about
scanning the
GA.
people that we vote for.
and now that we have voting right now, it needs to be a presidential topic. It needs to be a topic about prison and reform. Why, the presidents are not discussing this during their debates. It needs to be at the forefront of the presidential debates at this time. So
But the people got to make that
yeah,
decision.
we got to make that.
And I'm gonna leave y'all with this: in any fight you go through in life, and anything that you have to deal with in life, you can't be scared. Can't be scared. And I'm out of here.
What career guys have a good one. Continue to support Jeffrey and the entire family from this point.
In the words of
Get to
John
your
Lewis,
get to your kids, get to
fight.
your grandkids, support them, tell them you love them, hug them, just be there. Just be there. You
And
know
if
what
you
I'm
see
saying?
something
Because that's
wrong
what we
and you
need.
see something that's not just,
That's
say
what we need.
something. Get in good trouble. In the words of John Lewis, say something.
Yeah.
Don't just sit there and let it happen if it's not your family. Don't wait till it's your family. If you see his family, anybody else's family, like the other guys that are still here, don't just stop coming because Thug is out. There's still other guys fighting for their lives. Still
That is
come,
true.
still support.
That is so true. Keep supporting the rest of these guys that's still in there because they're going to be done so wrong.
The others that are still here because we will. So we thank you guys.
So I will be informing you all later on the extortment that
See?
came to me from the DA office. I was extorted. I was extorted by the DA office.
I don't think
I
he
was
should have said
exhausted,
that publicly.
burnout,
Not yet.
frustrated.
He should have said that because, see, now whatever they did or whatever they said to Young Thug's father, now they have time. You have to remember, these are dirty folks. Now they have time to figure out how they're going to fix whatever they said or whatever they did to this man. They have time to fix it. So he shouldn't have let that out the bag just yet. He should have come up, like, got an attorney if he was filing suit or whatever. He should have done it the right way. You got to, let me tell you something. When you're dealing with people who are dirty, when you're dealing with dirty people, you have to, when you're fighting them, you can't fight them clean. You have to bring the dogs out that's going to handle that dirty stuff. So you don't have to be dirty, but you got to go get the dogs that are going to handle this dirty. That's how you got to do it. So that is what is he should have done. And hopefully he's got an attorney. I don't know what they've done, but hopefully he's got an attorney that is going to handle this with him feeling like he's been extorted. I don't know what that's about. I can't wait to hear about it. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised because it's the dirty South, dirty, dirty South. And someone said something also about how are they going to tell Young Thug that he is not allowed to come in Metro Atlanta, where he's from, where he grew up, where he's from, where all his family is, and all that. He's not allowed to come there, but the DA herself, Fannie Willis, is not from Georgia. She's not from here. How are you going to tell somebody they can't come somewhere? Well, actually, that part wasn't the DA. That was the judge saying that. She said you can't come to Metro Atlanta. So that really wasn't the DA, I don't think. But it falls on the DA, and the reason it falls on her because she's the one who brought these charges up to begin with. She's the reason why Young Thug was in this courtroom from situations that happened over almost 10 years ago. It's pretty crazy. So, yep, it's just like the okay, so let me find this man's name before I start talking about stuff. I'm gonna tell you a lot of people don't know about this. I'm gonna tell you how dirty this Georgia is. Dirty, dirty South. It's the dirty, dirty South. I'm trying to think of the song "Dirty South," but let me get our old insurance commissioner. Okay. Okay. So let me put my glasses on. I can see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this was about 3 years ago. Now, for many years, the insurance commissioner, let me get his name real quick. Um, Jim Beck. All right, let me just rewind this bit. This is 11 Alive News. Let me let me just play this really quick for you, and then we're going to talk about this. Give me just a moment. Let's do it like that. Do it like that. Do it like that. And do it like that. Pop a top a top 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 top. Okay, listen to this.
Suspended Georgia Insurance Commissioner Jim Beck on more than 30 counts of fraud and money laundering. He was indicted in 2019 on charges that stemmed from his time as general manager of the Georgia Underwriting Association. This was before he was elected insurance commissioner. Prosecutors say Beck was behind a scheme that embezzled more than $2 million.
Guilty on all counts. That is the verdict in the federal.
Let me turn my camera back on. Okay, so let me tell you about my thing, and we're gonna stop talking about Young Thug. I just wanted to get that message out there. I know people are gonna start talking about it and spreading that information because that's just the truth, I think, allegedly. Okay, so I wanted to talk about um, female trainers versus, I'm talking about personal trainers in the gym, female trainers versus male trainers. Okay. So I just had the pleasure of working with a female trainer this week. This was Wednesday. Wednesday, I work with this trainer. Wednesday. Matter of fact, let me take this off. Let's get a little comfortable. Talk. Okay, so let me make sure you can hear me. Hopefully everybody can hear me. We're just getting a little personal now. So let's get personal. We put our glasses away. We put our, screen sharing stuff away. We put all that away, put that in the folder and set that aside for now, right? Okay. So it's Friday night. Let's talk about some personal stuff. How about that? Now we can be ourselves. How about that? We don't have to be professional. We don't have to be whatever. Okay, so let's get comfortable here. Let's get comfortable. And let me make sure y'all can hear me. And yeah, I'm a bit extra, my real self. I'm a bit on the extra side, but that's just me. Okay, so y'all can hear me. Okay. So yeah. So I had the pleasure of working with this female trainer Wednesday in the gym. And let me tell you, I've had several trainers. I've had several trainers that I've worked with. They've all been male trainers. Okay. I have the last male trainer I worked with, I was like, I really don't need him. He was, I was like, I don't need this trainer. I don't need him. I can do this myself. I mean, he went down, like I went to the same gym I go to now, and he went down this line of, machine, down every machine. He was like, do this, so I was like, wait, I can do this myself. You see, they show on the machines how you're supposed to work the machine. It shows what stretches you're supposed to do before you get on that machine. And it shows you, the muscles that it's going to target. So, on leg day, you can go down the leg weights, leg machines. On arm day, you can go down the arm machine, so that everybody knows how to do that. So, and then also, like, I didn't feel like he was, I didn't feel like he was I felt like he was like, because I'm female and he was male, I felt like he was like, okay, this is, she's a bit older, she's female. Let me take it easy on her. And I don't want that. Like, if I'm paying for a service, especially, I want you to bring it. I want to get the same thing that everybody else get. You know what I'm saying? Cool. What's up, D2000? So that's what I want. I wanted to do the same thing. So, I mean, get the same treatment. So, anyway, so the female trainer this Wednesday, let me tell you what I was expecting first. First, I'm going to say this. So, I was expecting, I go in there, right? I walk in there, and she's going to pretty much what the other trainers do. We go, we go down here. Anyway, so let me just tell you about my experience. All right, so I walk in, beat my little card and everything. She's up there waiting for me. She's like, she's got this. And you know what? I've seen her many times in the gym. I did not know she was a trainer, number one. So she's walks me over to the office, right? So she's like, I want to just talk to you for a moment. I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting this. So we sit down at, across the desk. She's on that side, I'm on this side. So we sit down and she's like, I want to talk about you, right? She was like, first of all, she said, first of all, do you have anything that I need to be concerned with? Any pain that you feel? Any, problems with your body? And I was like, no. So she was like, okay. She's like, well, what I do is, blah, 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 blah. And she said, okay, what do you want to work on? And I was like, I don't know, because I didn't know. I was a bit nervous. So I was like, I don't know. And she was like, okay. So she was like, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to do whole body workout today and let's go get started. So I was like, okay. So I'm thinking the first thing she's going to do is take me to the treadmill and say, okay, 10 minutes warm up. Cause that's what I usually do. That's what all the trainers have done. They like warm up. No, she didn't take me to warm myself up on the treadmill. She went straight to the back. Now, I don't know about anybody else's gym, but the back of the gym, the back of the gym, you don't want the back of the gym is where the real folks are. Okay. The back, the corner back there are some gyms where it's like 2 stories, it's downstairs. Okay. It's the places that's hidden from the from the front. So the back of the gym, that's where she took me. Now it's a gate that you enter to go in the back of the gym. Over here, it's like a basketball court, and then it's the back of the gym. So out here, all out here, when you first walk in, you got the front desk, and then you've got all the treadmills, ellipticals, the stairmasters, and then you've got the machines, the personal machines over there, and then you got this stretch area back there, where you can do squats and squat machines and all this stuff, whatever. But then you got the basketball goal. So if you're on a treadmill or an elliptical over here, you look straight, you'll be looking at the basketball court. Then next to the basketball court, there's these gates. Okay, there's gates. And back there is black. Everything's painted black. Whew, black weights, black machines, black floor, black walls, and this mirror around it. The only thing that is light are the mirrors. Okay, I mean it's lights, but I'm just saying. All right, so it's like you're entering the dungeon, right? So I was like, okay, I don't even go back there. I don't go back there when I'm working out. I don't go back there. I've went back there one time, and when I walked in, just because I just felt like I don't know, I was a little intimidated because it's like bodybuilders back there. Okay, so yeah, I was scared when she walked straight back there. I'm like, ooh, this is not my area. I didn't say that, but that's what I'm thinking in my mind. Okay, so she took me back there and we went to this leg machine. First thing we did. It was in the back of the back of that back room, okay, the back area. So this leg machine was huge. Okay, so if you're like on the regular leg machine in the front of the gym, it's like you're right here. You're sitting kind of inclined, like probably like this, and then your legs are like, coming up and you just like pushing in front of you, right? This is your feet. Your legs are like this. You put it on the weight that you want, and then you're sitting here and your legs are pushing the weight, right? Okay, so that's a regular leg machine. This thing was huge. The place you put your feet on, like this thing, you have to get down on the bench sitting part where you sit. It's down on the floor. So when you get down, you're pretty much looking upward. You're looking upward. You like this. Okay, you're like down here, right? So that's how you are. So, and then you got to put your legs on this big giant thing, okay? Your feet, I mean, and that's what you got to push upward. It is no joke, okay? So I was like, "Oh, this don't look right." Okay. So, number 1, my legs were short. She got on it and showed me what I'm going to be doing, how to work it. And then like this was scary. Let me tell you something. This machine, it's these two handles on the side of where you're sitting way down here. Okay, it's two handles that control, like when you get the when you push it back up and you're ready to release the, or you're ready to stop, like in between sets or whatever, like you have to turn the handles a certain way to lock it in place, right? So it doesn't come down on you. So that's number one. That was like, eesh. Okay, so she showed me how to do it and everything. So when I got down there and I got in place, got in position, my feet were touching the thing, but they were not flat on it. Your feet supposed to be flat on it. So she had to adjust it to bring it down a little bit. When she brought it down, oh my, it was too close to me because I was like, ooh. So I had my legs were like this, squinched up, and then I gotta push from lower at a lower angle. You get what I'm saying? To start. Okay, so I guess that wouldn't have mattered though. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so here I go. So I think we did four sets. Four sets. We did probably about 15 reps. Okay, so I started to do the first set. Now, I didn't know we were doing four sets. I usually do three sets of everything I do all the time. Anyway, so I get started pushing that thing up. So the first round, it went smooth. I was like, okay, I was breathing properly, doing my thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, did my thing. And then after that set, and I got the little handles and locked the thing in place, she got these big weights and put them on the end, one on each side of the machine. I'm like, eesh. And all I saw was 45. Now that may not be a lot to some people, but for me, I was like 45 on each. I was like, ooh, and they were so big. I'm talking about the big, those of you that go to the gym, the big black weights. I was like, dang, what am I supposed to do with that? So I was scared. I only had done one rep. All right, so she put the weights on. So here I go. So I got my feet ready. I'm like, okay, let's go. So I'm pushing. The first one, man, it was like, ooh, it took me a moment. My legs took a moment to wake up. Okay, they had to wake up for this. So I was getting through it very slowly. I was getting through it. So I'm thinking she's gonna lighten these up when she see me, slowly doing it. Nope. Got done with my second set. She kept the 45s on there. I was like, okay, let's do this. So I'm thinking my last set, right? Because I usually do 3 sets. So I do my little third set, struggle through it, and I'm like, whew. She's like, one more, because I was about to get up. She was like, no, one more. I was like, oh my goodness. So I did the one more. And the thing about personal trainers that I like is that they know where how to position you to target certain areas. So you can do so you can target so many different areas on one leg machine. And you know what I'm saying? So they know that. So the way she had me position my feet, it was targeting my back thigh area on up into the glutes, the back area of the glutes, the bottom of the glutes. And let me tell you something. All the days that I've worked on my legs, I've done running. I run a lot on the treadmill, Stairmaster. I have not felt these muscles in forever, period. And I used to run cross country. I have not felt these muscles in the back area. So that's number one. So when I finally did that fourth set, I got up and I was like, I felt some tightness. I was like, oh gosh, I'm ready to finish now. I'm ready to do my little, whatever. Okay. So I was like, dang, I broke a sweat. I'm talking about a real sweat. Okay. So we did that. Then we go to, okay. So we leave the gate. We're leaving the gate area. I was like, okay, whew, done with the gate area, right? So okay, you can relax, April. You can handle this stuff up here. So she goes to the wall right outside the gate area. She's like, there's an area with like um boxing, what do you call it? Boxing weights. that's hanging down, and it's like this green carpet under them, right? So she was like, so from this wall to the green carpet, she was like, okay, she said, you know what leg lunges are? I was like, yes. She was like, okay, she said, we're gonna walk, do leg lunges to the green and back. All right. Now this was far to me. So I was like, oh, all right. Leg lunges are not easy, especially when you're already tight from doing that leg machine in the back. Okay, in the scary black room. Okay, so we go to the leg. I mean, I start doing my lunges. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I haven't done these in a while, but I know how to do them. So I start with my lunges. And then um we so I'm like probably halfway through, still going up there to the green carpet. Okay. So I'm halfway through and I'm like, dang, getting hard. Like I was kind of losing my balance. My legs were getting weak, I'm feeling it. Okay, so I make it to the carpet. I turn around, I'm like, whoo, I gotta go all the way back, right? That's what I'm thinking. Gotta go all the way back. So I get to the carpet, turn around, and I'm going back. Now I'm struggling going back, but I'm making it. Okay, I'm making it. All right, so I get to the wall. By the time I got to the wall, back to the wall, I was like, oh, I'm bent over. I'm sweating like crazy. Oh, my legs were killing me. Glutes hurting. I was like, whoa, that just did it. I was like, whoa. I was like, man. She was like, yeah, this is better than the cardio you would have done on doing I was like, whoa. Boy, I was like, how did I do that? Right? I go to grab my thermos because it's like, okay, what's next? Right? She She's like, "You're not finished?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "What?" Oh my God, I had to put that thermos down. She's like, "You got two more sets of these leg lunges to the green carpet and back." I hardly got through the first one. All right, so, oh my goodness. So I start on the second one. So I go up. Now, the second one for going up, I think my legs had to get warmed up. I don't know, but I was handling the second one. I handled the second one better than the first one. But then that third one, I started the third one. My legs just didn't want to work. My legs just said, "You know what? You trying me." No, my legs were like, "I know you lying." My legs said, "I know you're lying." Oh my goodness. So, whew, I did it. I pushed myself. I was shaking. I mean, when I tell you I was shaking, my legs were shaking. And when you're shaking at the gym, when you're lifting weights or when you're doing any exercise and you're shaking, you have put your all into it. You know that. So I was shaking. I was making noise. I was like, ah, like, oh my goodness. It was so much. And I was like, whoo. And because she walked with me, and as I was coming back on that third and hardest one, she said, I was like, I don't think my leg's gonna make it. She was like, yes, they will. She wasn't, now, if it would have been the male trainer, he would have said, all right, well, you did good. That's how he would have done. If I would have said, oh, I don't think my legs gonna make it. My legs can't work anymore. No, she was like, you got it. That was it. It was like no option, you're gonna have to make it work. So, oh, so I got through that. Okay, made it to the wall. And when I made it to the wall, I'm telling you, I could not walk. I could not do nothing. I just bent over and just held my legs like this. I was like this. I was like, by this time, sweat was just running. Okay. I'm like, oh, my glutes, I just felt my glutes just like, it's like they were two basketballs. It was like, I mean, oh my goodness. Okay. So then the next thing we go over to, oh, what is it called? Is it hip adjustment or something like that? Hip thruster, a hip adjustment, but it's where you like take your legs and you open the two things So you're stretching your, it's another like glute like machine, right? But it's also inner thigh. Now, I didn't know this was inner thigh. I thought it was more like glutes or whatever. So now I use this machine on a regular basis, and it's it's no big deal. She said, so I got on it, sat down. Okay, we set the weight. So I started. She stopped me when I first started. She stopped. She was like, "You got to lean over." She said, "Scoot to the edge of the seat and lean over." I'm like, "Okay." So I scoot to the edge of the seat, lean over, right? So I start. Oh my goodness, it felt different. That's what I'm saying about personal trainers. They show you how to use these machines properly. It's not just that diagram. The diagram didn't say this, didn't show me this. Boy, I leaned over and I'm sitting on the edge of that seat. I was like, "Ooh, this was hard." It was so hard. I was like, "Oh my goodness, my legs, my glutes, everything was just." And we did 4 sets of these. So I did 4 sets of those, struggling through it. And let's see what we did after that. Okay, so after that we moved to arms. We moved to No, we didn't move to arms. We went back to the gate, the scary room. We went back to the gate, the scary room. Okay, so we go to the scary room, and we went to like the normal, benches that don't have anything connected to them where you get the free weights. So I don't even know what size the free weights were. She got 2 different size. She got 2 10-pound weights. She put those by one machine, and then she's got these heavier ones that she put on the front bench. Okay, so she sat down again. She showed me what I'm going to be doing the first bench. And you know what? She looked at my body physique and she knew what she wanted to target. That's what I like too. They can look at you and tell what is not being targeted on your regular workout. And that's what she saw, because I have like this my inner arm right here. I do not I've done the bicep things, I've done the tricep things, but I don't know how to work this inner part, right? It's hard to get to that part. So she showed me how I'm going to be lifting these free weights on the front, the heavier ones. I was like, okay, I can do that. And then she went back because she was like, we're going to do this, no break until, you do the front, then you do the back bench, then that's when we break. So she showed me on the back bench how I'm going to do that. I was like, okay. All right, so here we go. So I'm at the front bench and I start with these heavy weights. So that was hard. It was hard. It was not as hard as it was hard. It was, my arms, for some reason, I think that my arms are, no, my arms are actually not as strong as my legs. My thighs are super strong. My legs are not, I mean, my arms are not as strong, but it wasn't too complicated. Now, I will say the last set on that front bench with the heavier weights, and by this time I was just drenched. It was just, the sweat was just like, I mean, each bench we had to, like, I always clean off my benches when I get up, but like it was very clear this needs to be, clean. But what was I saying? Okay, so yeah, I was drenched. And on that last set, I struggled through the front bench, that last set. I struggled through it. My arms were just, again, they start shaking. And I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to get through this? I, I don't know how I did, but I did. I got through the front and the back when I got through that, and put the weights up. This man came over. He was also a personal trainer, but he was this big, big bodybuilder man. He was working with another man. He came over and he was like, because he saw me struggling through that last set, and he was like, it's really, he said, keep you watch your he said, the hard part, he said, this is not the hard part. He said, the hard part is what you're eating. And I was like, yeah. he said, when you're struggling through these weights, he showed me his teeth. He was like, "Urgh." He said, do this. Urgh." Which I do that anyway. I may not make the noise, but oof, I know how to do that. You gotta to build that, everybody does to build that strength, right? To get some strength. So anyway, so so that was a little, and I laughed. I thought he was kind of joking a little bit. He didn't laugh. I laughed. I was like, he's serious. He was like, I'm giving you some gate. He was serious and he went back to his thing. I was like, okay. Anyway, so we walked out of the scary gate area and we went to the bicep machine. Okay, now I do the bicep machine on every arm day. I do the bicep machine and the tricep machine or a different tricep. Anyways, so that particular bicep machine, I do that every arm day. So she put the bicep machine on, I don't even know what it was on. I just saw her put that thing way at the bottom. I was like, all those weights in my mind, of course. I was like, I can't lift that. My arms are weak to me. So I get on the machine like this. I'm like, okay, here we go. And as soon as I started, I was struggling. Was struggling as soon as I started. So I started. I think the struggle with the very first one. So I think she put it up like she lifted off of one weight. I don't know. Didn't make a difference. So anyway, I struggled through that. Let me just say this, the rest time between these sets were longer than other rest periods. My arms just didn't want to, my biceps, I don't know. And the thing is, I felt it like in here. They weren't really, I don't think I felt it mainly where I was supposed to feel. I felt it like in here. And that's probably because when I was lifting, because my arms just don't want to work. All my arms don't want to work. And I was probably using my shoulders because I have strong shoulders. I was probably using my shoulders to lift because that's where I feel still sore in this area here. Anyway, so again, that was a struggle. And then the third set, because we did 4 sets, but the third set, she came in the front. I was struggling so bad. She came in the front and she had to like put her hand under the part and just kind of ease it up a little bit with me. So as I was going up, she was like lifting the thing a little bit. But she was like this with her little fingers. I'm like, okay, it helped a lot, but so I was like, "Oh, thank you." She said, she said, "You're still doing it." She said, "I'm just guiding it." She said, "This is all you." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I guess that little, giving me a little confidence. I was like, "Okay." I don't think it was me though. Okay, so I got through those sets. I got through the bicep machine. By this time I'm ready to go. Okay, I'm like drenched, my body's shaking, biceps didn't want to work. The lunges took me out. I could have laid in that gym and went to sleep after that. Okay, so I'm thinking that's it. We got some arms, you know. Nope, we went to another machine. Still in the safe area, not the scary area. We went to another machine. She said we're gonna do biceps. So we go to the bicep machine. Now this machine, I usually use another machine for the biceps, but we went to this machine that I have never used. I've seen people use it. It's a lot of people that use it, but I've never used it. I don't, you know. Anyway, so she showed me how to use it, what I'm going to be doing. This girl put the thing on 120, no joke. I was like, I can't push because it's, you're going down. So gravity is on your side with this one. But I stood up there. She was like, when you come back up, you come back at a 90-degree angle. She showed me all that. So I'm just doing it. Like, oh my goodness. Ooh. And I feel like even just moving my arms in the way that machine has you move your arms, I'm still feeling it. So she's like, so me, I'm like doing my little thing. Now it was easier to do the downward working the biceps versus and going down with this one versus pulling up. So that one was easier. Still very hard, but it was easier. And then the next machine was which was the last one was oh, it was like pull-ups. Yeah, it was like pull-ups. Now, it wasn't the old-fashioned pull-ups that we used to do back in the day that I used to do. I'm telling you, I haven't done a pull-up. I don't know. I don't even remember the last time I've done a pull-up, honestly. I mean, actual pulling up in those things. So this was a machine. It was like and I'm sure people that go to them, you're gonna know what I'm referring to. But it's where your knees go on the bench, and then your arms up here, and you're pulling yourself up. So it's just strictly your arms, right? And your knee, your body. You're basically using. I think it's your body that you're lifting. I don't know how this machine works, but I just know I started. I was like, okay, this is. It was very. I like that machine. Um, I think it works back possibly and chest. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of what that was targeting. And then arms too, the whole arm. But I did those. We did the 4 sets of those. And she was like, that's it. I was like, now let me tell you, every time when I work out, I like to finish off um with the treadmill. I like to just get on. I don't know. Something I think it's because I ran, I've always been a runner. So the running, even though it may not be it's not strength training, it's not this, it's not working on this, but it just makes me feel good. So I usually finish my workout with a run. I couldn't do it. I couldn't even go to the treadmill. I couldn't even finish my workout with a walk. I was like, okay. I was like, you want me to get on the treadmill or something? She was like, no. She said, you burned a lot of, she said, you burn more calories than you would on the treadmill. So I was like, okay. Oh my goodness. So I walked out, got my keys. I walked out, went to my vehicle, and let me tell you what I did. Now, what I do rather. So I bring a big towel with me in my car to make sure that on these days, if I'm sweating like I was, that I'm not getting that on my seats, right? So, what's that? Okay. So I went to my car. I spread that towel on my seat. So I got in the car. I sat there and it was hot by that time. Okay. It was hot. I was sitting there, windows up, no sunroof open, nothing. I was sitting there staring. I was like, what just happened? This girl put all the male trainers I've ever worked with to shame. She put them all to shame. Like that was a workout. Let me tell you, that was Wednesday. It is Friday. It is now Friday, and I'm still feeling that. I'm still feeling the workout up here. Like I feel a little soreness up here, but I'm telling you, the back of my glutes, the glutes and the back of the thigh. What is that called? The hamstring? I don't know I think it's hamstring. I don't know. That is killing me. Like when I stand up, right? I stand up and tell you. So when I stand up, um, back here, you can't see, but yeah, when I sit down, I feel it. Oh, I've been sitting down like a stiff old person, like I've been going down easy. That's how I've been since Wednesday. Like it really took me out. She took me out. That workout took me out. Like I am sore going down the stairs. It's like, ooh, like I'm feeling it. I'm like, okay. So yeah, I gotta make sure next time I do exercise with her, stretch like crazy and know that I'm in for trouble. Like I'm scared of her. I'm scared of her. I don't even want to see her face. On my days when I'm not working with her, I don't even want to see her face. And when I see her, I'm gonna be like, "Mm." I don't even want to see her. She is nothing to play with. She is nothing to play with. That girl is awesome. And you should see her build. Like she's built like you can tell that she's probably a probably one of those female builders, like a swimsuit builder or something. She's very muscular. Her build is like, she was walking like this. Like she lifts so much that and I don't want to get like that because I'm already like, kind of, got an upper wide back a little bit. I don't want to like pump that up. So I gotta, I'm real easy on my carbs. And yeah, I don't want to build up like that, but you gotta, from what my understanding, you gotta eat like a certain diet to bulk up like that. So, ladies, don't be afraid to pick up those weights, especially when you're over 40. Pick up those weights. That is where it's at. That's going to give you your shape. That's going to get you firm. That's going to take care of your, keep stuff from sagging, your glutes. You don't want no sagging old lady butt, get those weights, work on those glutes. Don't be afraid to put that weight at a heavier weight, work on it, because if you snooze on it, you lose it. And you don't want to be walking around, because look, as we get older, as we age, this stuff's in this, male or females, our bodies, our skin starts to sag. Look at that, we lose elasticity, right? Look at this area right here, this is starting to sag. So that's what your body does, your thighs, your stuff starts to droop. But if you lifting weights, if you're lifting weights, then it's going to prevent the skin from sagging. It's going to prevent the skin from sagging. Now this right here, this area on me, the reason is see this, I have loose skin. I have loose skin. And what this is from weight loss, because um during the during the what do you call it? You know what? I'm gonna save that. Yeah, I have this whole story about the uh the COVID vaccination. I got this whole story. Nobody's gonna believe it. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. But yeah, this is basically from weight loss. Um, and I'm working on that. So that's gonna get better. But yeah, so men and women over 40, lift your weights. If you don't want to be sagging, if you don't want everything to be sagging, you want a plump butt, like everybody, like you had, you don't want that to go away. You don't want to be looking old before your time. You know what I'm saying? So, because I don't think 40 is old. So, be looking 75, because it's some, I was gonna say 70, but it's some 70s. Like, have you seen Jada Pinkett's mom? Jada Pinkett's mom looks good. That lady is 70 years old. Look at that lady. Shoo. She has a picture in the plaza. Is it the Plaza Center? She has a big, well, it's probably, I don't know, I don't think it's there anymore, but she has this picture of her in a swimsuit. That lady looks good. Or was this a magazine? I don't know, but she was in this, it was probably a magazine. That lady looks good. She's 70 years old. Go take a look. Go take a look at Jada Pinkett's mom. She looks so good, and that's because the weights. um a lot of older women that I have seen. And also, if you go to the gym like about say 11ish, 10 to 11, or 11 to 12, like if you notice who is in the gym, it's a lot of, I've seen a lot of older women at around that time, a lot of older women, and they're in there. What are they doing? They're lifting those free weights. They're on those machines. So that's the thing to do when you're over 40. Don't sleep on the weights. That's to prevent keep your skin tight, prevent all that sagginess of skin and all that, stuff that we don't want, especially as women. So, and then even men too, men, especially you big men, like you don't want your chest to start sagging and looking like, you got titties. So um, just a second. See. Just a second. That's my mom. Right. Sorry about that. That was my mom. She got this event that she's going to. She was asking about this dress that she is gonna wear and all that. So I kind of lost my train of thought as to where I was. I know I was giving big ups to that female personal trainer. I was telling you how I was still sore. Like, yeah, so yeah, I'm still sore. And whew, yeah. So I don't know when the next time I'm gonna work with her. I told her I would let her know. I'm gonna go to the gym on Monday, but it's not gonna be working with her. I'm just gonna do my regular thing, and hopefully I won't be the soreness will be gone by then. But I'm gonna do my regular workout Monday. I might meet with her again Wednesday and do another severe. I don't know, but I'm scared of those. I don't know about that. I'm scared of that. I think your weights and your it just depends. I think someone who's severely out of shape, maybe really, really overweight and you're trying to lose weight and you really need to do something can work with someone like that. But I think if you pretty much, the importance of strength training, I think you should be good with the standard workouts. You don't have to go so hard. Woo, she goes hard. I mean, but if you want to walk out the gym and you want to feel it hard, then yeah, go with someone like that. Do those severe hard workouts. But yeah, she scared me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I just wanted to go over, my little, I guess what they call story time. That was my story time. Yeah. So yeah, but I did want to next time I come on live, I'm gonna talk about what happened with with my the COVID vaccine and what it did to me. And that is a crazy story. Y'all won't believe that. So be sure to click on the notification so you don't miss it when I come back live or miss a video. Um, you're going to see it tomorrow or tonight even. They're going to be talking about it on YouTube on the big channels. They're going to start talking about Fannie and how the election is right around the corner and how they let Young Thug not have to serve any more time even though he pled guilty. They're going to be talking about it. So watch and see. Watch what I say. But yeah, I am April. And what's up, my TCG fam? I am leaving the scene. It's Friday. And let me check on something because a friend of mine wanted to say a few words. Let me see if they are available to come on the panel, possibly. Maybe we can do a panel. Oh, y'all know what? I don't know if I should do this. You know what we're gonna do? I'm not gonna I'm giving all my stuff away. So yeah, I want to tell y'all about so next time we go live, I'm gonna tell y'all about my I'm gonna tell y'all about my what is it? Oh, the situation I was telling you about the vaccine and how that affected me. But also, let me tell you something. Y'all know on Facebook, right? Okay, so on Facebook, we'll do one tonight, matter of fact. So on Facebook, there's these, you get these friend requests. Now, me on Facebook, because I don't really talk to people behind the scenes, I don't do that. But on Facebook, these weird names, and I'm saying weird, but foreign names. So I just go down, okay, confirm, confirm, confirm. That's what I do. But lately, I've been going to people's profile before I accept their friend request because it's some strange people. Okay, so if you notice on Facebook, you can be on Facebook Messenger, right? You can be on Messenger. Your Facebook people, and it's probably a setting that I'm missing, but your Facebook and I'm not going to turn the setting off to where people can't call me because excuse me, I got a lot of friends and family on Facebook, people that I don't like talk to on a regular basis. So if they ever want to reach me or whatever, they have a way of reaching me. But anyway, these foreigners, they just call you. They call these strangers call you out of the blue. One time I answered the phone, it scared me so bad. I'm gonna tell you, I was up here, I was in my bed. It was late at night, and I think I was watching TV or something. I was in my bed, and my husband was downstairs. Okay, so I'm laying there watching TV, and my phone rang, and I think I was scrolling through Facebook at the time. I don't know. But that my phone rang and it was a different ring. So it wasn't my regular ringtone. It was Facebook Messenger. So I'm like, what? Who's calling? So I answered the phone. Boy, I answered the phone. I'm thinking I'm answering the phone. I see this big black face. I'm like, I see this big face. I'm like, whoa, it scared me. I was like, who is this? And I don't know what he said because he spoke a different language. I don't know. Boy, I ran downstairs. I did not hang up. I wanted him to talk to my husband. I ran downstairs. I was like, look. I was like calling him. So he came over there. And by the time he got the phone, the man had hung up. But man, that scared me so bad. I'm like, okay. So then, if you notice, these people be calling you through the Facebook Messenger. So that's why I have to close my messenger, because if I leave it open, that's when they can call you. So I just close mine. That way they can't call. So and then I have a setting on my phone also for spam calls, like where is it? Sometimes they'll show up in my like missed calls in red, because I have my settings on silence unknown calls, because I just get too many spam calls. So it'll go there, but it'll say Messenger, Facebook Messenger. So these people just be calling you. They don't have your permission to call you, and they think that they have the right to just call a stranger like that. So you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna call these mugs like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go on Facebook on my messenger, and especially since I have my phone on silence unknown calls, so they can call back if they want. I'm not gonna hear it. It's not gonna matter. But yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bug people. We're gonna play some pranks. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a prank night. And I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for our prank night. We're gonna irritate the way that they irritate us. We're gonna irritate them and go on that messenger, and everybody is when it shows, because it says missed call, right? So I'm gonna go to every missed call on Facebook Messenger, and we're gonna call these mugs, and we're gonna do something stupid. We're gonna do like I don't know. I'm just gonna like I don't know. We might just say hello and just see what they say, just to see what is on their mind. Like what? Because there's some crazy people out here on the internet. Y'all watch y'all children. These people crazy. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna incorporate that. We might just try one right now. Let's just try it. Let's just see what happens. It's not gonna hurt anything, right? Let's just see what happens. Okay, so let me pick a name here. Okay, let's see. No, we're not going to do that one. Okay. So, lives in Umuahia. Nah, I want to find one that actually called. I'm not just going to call people and harass them like that. Um, I probably blocked all the people that had the nerve to, you know, call like that. I probably blocked them. And I sure don't want to start that back up. So I have to look through here and see if I can find um see if I can find the ones that I blocked and how that's, let's see. Because I sure don't remember. They're all weird names. And I sure don't want to call somebody call somebody that I know by mistake. Yeah, but we can play pranks. Or we can speak a foreign language when we call. You know what I'm saying? We can do that. Who knows? Um, yeah, all these little flirtatious messages like "you have a beautiful smile," "hi love," all this crap. Are you married? All this stuff. Like I told this one guy, this guy said, "Are you married?" I said, "Yes." He said, "How long?" Like, dang, y'all so disrespectful. Disrespect. See here. Yeah, I don't know how to find those things. The ones that actually called. Who's this? Shoot, this one wrote in looks like French. Let me read what this says. This says this is what they wrote. Well, first they wrote I never responded to this person, but first they wrote hello, HELLO. Then they wrote on another day, they wrote VOCE. The E has an accent mark over it, and then space. So the next word is NASCEU space NO space MES. The E has an accent mark. So I'm assuming that's mace. So that might be Spanish. It's like Você nacia no mes de abril. Because Abril is Spanish and April is Spanish and April in I mean in Spanish, April is Abril. So yeah, this is Spanish. So I guess he thought I was Spanish. So he's when I didn't answer the hello, he responds with some Spanish. Okay, so let me see. I'm trying to find one for tonight. That would be fun. Yeah, because they harass me. I have the right to harass them back. Because for the longest time, I don't, and I must have done something in here to stop it because it was like all the time I was getting so many calls from this messenger. Here it is. Here's one. Yeah, this was a weirdo. This was a weirdo. Like, just because you accept someone's friend request does not give anybody the right to be, personal messaging you or nothing. So first they said, "Thanks for accepting my my request, his friend." And then they sent me, "Oh no, I'm not going to call this person. This person, well, I don't know. They probably they sent some kind of testimony, like international gossip thing from Nigeria, like an article. Let me show it to you. Make sure nothing. See. Okay, so look at this. This is what they sent. Y'all can see this. See that? So they sent that. And then it says, then the next message says, "Hello, baby." And then that's when it says video call. That's what it says. And then it says, after the missed video call, it says, "Please, sorry, is a mistake." So I don't know if maybe it was a mistake. I don't know. But it could have been. Mm. You know what we're going to do? What we're going to do? We're going to go ahead because I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to, I'm going to have the phone looking at the screen Okay, I'm gonna have the phone looking at the screen on my computer, right? So that's gonna be my face. And then I'm just gonna turn it so you all are gonna wait, I don't want them to have some obscene stuff, do something crazy. So I'm gonna try to be looking at it to make sure that they don't do nothing stupid to mess with our channel because we're trying to grow our channel, not mess it up. Okay, let's see. What name was that? This one. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we got. All right. And like I said, we just trying it out because I want to do like a whole segment on this on pranking people and stuff. How do you call? Okay, video call. Or should I just yeah, let's do video call. I live in the state of Georgia. I can do this. I can record people without their consent. Okay. You guys can't see it, can you? Okay, then there's no answer. Now, dang, that person gonna call my phone back, thinking I called them. They didn't answer. See, I don't want to do that because then I'll have these people harassing me again, which their calls will be silenced. But yeah, let me see if I can find someone that really got on my nerve, which they're blocked. People that got on my nerve, I just blocked it. This one right here. Even the name. Look at this. Look how many times this person called. And it's these are different dates. Oops, that person's calling back. Good. Y'all ready? Here we go. Hola. 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 Woo! See? Now you give them a taste of their own medicine. That's what you do. So when people be harassing y'all on Facebook Messenger, wait, don't do it don't answer the phone. Just, end it. But then what you do is when you have when it's your time, call them without their permission and harass the heck out of them. How about that? But yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna, be a little silly, do some prank calls. All right, so we got somebody on the line, but didn't go the way I thought, but that's okay. Because we bothered them the way they bothered us. All right, so anyway, we're gonna go. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Like the video and come back. Click on the notification. Come back and leave a comment as to what you think about the young thug being released and the Fanning situation, election right around the corner. Let me know what you think about my assumption, what I'm thinking. All right. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice night. Bye.